What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sideline Thoughts. I'm Joe Galvez, and this time I have John Greenstein. David was unable to make it, surprisingly. It's like we're flip flopping you guys, John. It's one week is David, 1 week is you. Hopefully, we could get back all three of us together. Trying to work our schedules into it. But with that aside, John, how you been, man? You missed last week.
Been good. Just worked a lot. I worked a 15-hour shift the day you guys did the podcast. I worked till midnight. I had to work 10 to midnight that day, so there was no way I wouldn't be able to make it even if I wanted to.
Yeah, no, 15 hours, that's too much. That's too long. And
Yeah.
you would have been tired even, yeah.
I would have fallen
Wasn't it?
asleep on your guys' podcast, and I would be like that the whole time.
Yeah,
But
it would have been. I get it, but you made it today, and
yeah,
now let's get right into it. This time we're doing a little different. Normally we go NFL. We talk NFL first, and we'll get right into that another time. But for now, we're going straight into the NBA. The NBA is looking a little different. We're about to hit the halfway mark. Um, the All-Star game is coming up very soon. It's out in Indiana. It's coming up. So, that's usually the halfway mark. That's usually the trade deadline. A lot of players are moving. Sometimes coaches or GMs are getting hired and fired. Things are going around. Last week, we mentioned Doc Rivers just got hired by the Milwaukee Bucks. And he's about to make his debut as a coach. We really had. And that's going on. And don't be surprised if we see more. But, John, one thing you wanted to point out, actually, I'll save that. Let me change it up. We're in LA, so let's go to our hometown teams like we always do. John, your Lakers haven't been doing too well. They've been really struggling, other than the wins they've gotten against the Clippers, or at least after the in-season tournament, the win against the Clippers and a couple other wins here and there. You guys have really been struggling.
yeah, it's been bad, man. The Clippers are making us look trash right now. Unfortunately, I know we got one win against them, but the Clippers
Yeah,
have gotten a lot more better
yeah, two
wins.
wins.
We lost the last game against them.
Yeah, but that was the third game. Remember, beginning
Oh,
of the
they played 3
season.
games already?
Yeah, beginning of the season, you guys won. Then the second game, you guys won, and then Clippers won the third game.
Well, still, the Lakers are the better. I mean, the Lakers are the worst team. They beat the Warriors, but Lakers have no defense, man. None. Zero. None. None at all, because they couldn't even start a parked car. Even if they would freaking go down. It's pathetic. And it's good to be a Clippers fan, Joe. I know you're loving your Clippers right now, even though they lost yesterday, which they were due for a loss, to be honest. Let's just say it is what it is. They played a really hot Cleveland Cavaliers team who's pretty much putting a beating on everybody. They're beating up everyone. They lost one game to the Bucks, and that's it in their last 10 games. Like, the Cavs are just on it, man. They're at full throttle gear. Like, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen. They got one of the Mobley brothers. He's really good. I think it's Evan Mobley's his name.
No, they have both,
They have both now?
but the one that gets the most playing time is Evan Mobley, who just came back yesterday's game because he's been injured for much of the season. So he just came back yesterday's game, and yeah, he's one the Mobley brother that plays the most. He's the center. He's the
Yeah.
star center. Well, the other one he's coming off the bench. His brother Isaiah Mobley.
But yeah, the Cavs are making a push to be one of the top contending teams in the East. Like, they're right there with the Knicks. Like, the Knicks are just as hot as them. They've won 8 in a row without. Well, the last couple games they played without what's his name, Julius Randle. They didn't have OG Anunoby. They won against the Jazz and the Hornets. They're not great teams, but they're beating teams they should beat, which is good. I mean, that's what they're supposed to be doing. But the Knicks have a
Well,
tough test tomorrow. I'll tell you that. They play the Pacers, so that'll kind of test them a little more. I know the Pacers aren't the best team in the East, but they're definitely a very good team. But yeah.
yeah, the Pacers are a contending team. They're hardened. The only thing that I would say is helping the Knicks right now to get the win is Tyrese Halliburton not playing. Tyrese Halliburton, an All-Star player. Even if you don't count his first All-Star because he was coming up as a backup coming into it, this year he's earned it himself. He got the spot. He's earned it. He's been balling. I remember his rookie year in Sacramento. I thought he was good, but not. I didn't think he was like the level he's playing right now. He was just good as a rookie coming into Sacramento. He was helping a lot out. And then, they made the trade. They wanted Sabonis, so they sent Halliburton because they chose to keep uh, De'Aaron Fox, which I don't blame him also because De'Aaron Fox is a really great player as well. But from that point, the Knicks should be able to get a win. Like you said, they're going um, without Julius Randle. They're going without OG Ananobu. They're going on without these other key pieces, but they still have Brunson. They still have Josh Hart, who's a solid role player, and they're still going even with Hardenstein as a center who's been playing more right now with Julius Randle out. They've been getting it going as well. It looks like it seems so far that the trade that the Knicks have done, they're giving away RJ Barry, well, not giving away, but trading away RJ Barry and Emmanuel quickly has helped them out. At least that's the most effective way. While the Raptors, it's been up and down for them. Even before that, with them, they got their first win, the first game they debut, and then they got a loss and then win, and so that's kind of how the Raptors season's going. But just picking going back on some of the teams you talked about, John, the the Cavaliers, they've been balling out, and I think this is the team that we expected to see when we first saw Donovan Mitchell get traded to the Cavaliers. This is the team we kind of expected, and they didn't really reach expectation that first year. And look at it, it's like, okay, so first year Donovan Mitchell got traded. I believe it was during the All Star break, around that
Yeah.
times when he got traded. So it was a lot to get around. They still made the playoffs. They still, I believe, they won 2 games against the Knicks. They won a game or two against the Knicks in which they lost. The Knicks won that round, I believe. I could be confusing on who ended up winning that series, but I know they played each other. So it the Cavaliers are playing so much, at least to the level that they should be playing at, especially having the team that they have. Like we said, Evan Mobley, he's a baller center. He's their star center. He's a baller. He could literally he protects the rim. He's one of the best in the league in protecting the rim and getting these rebounds, whether it's defensive or offense. He's able to score buckets, at least get the mid ranges. So I think that's well. Plus having Jared Allen, another center who's one of the best rim protectors in the league. So you're having those two there, and then now you have Donovan Mitchell, of course, running. Either he runs the point or he plays the shooting guard, or you keep him moving the small forward if you need to. And then you have um his name Darius Garland, another star player who
Yeah. He's a good
wasn't sure
guard.
it was working out with Sexton and Garland, and now you traded away Sexton with the pick for to get Donovan Mitchell. We weren't sure how they were going to make it work, and now they have. They've been able to get that going, get the flow. Who runs the point? Who runs the shooting guard? And either plays or for the game or what this or that. And it's worked very well. And Garland himself is a star player. It's not like he stepped back into a role position, even though it may seem like that. He's still a really great player in which he could get himself 20, 25 if he needs to go off. So the Cavs are playing, I want to say, to expectations we had before. We just not looking at that right now because I guess we thought, oh, they haven't reached it. Maybe they're not gonna reach that. So now it's kind of like, oh, they're passing expectations when it's because the bar was moved up and down. But they gained these big wins. Yes, they beat my Clippers, who are also have been red hot recently for a lot of it. And you asked, like you said, I should be happy to be a Clipper fan right now. Look, a lot of Clip fans are happy right now with the results and the production that's been going. James Harden has been able to fully implement into the Clipper team. They've been getting everything going on. James Harden, he's getting his points at least 20 for most games. Paul George is going around the 15 to 25s depending on the game, how many touches he gets, how many shots, or even with a lot of touches, the shots he's making. And then Kawhi Leonard still being our number one player defensively
And
and
don't forget
offensively.
Russell Westbrook too, man.
Well, I
He's
was
been
gonna
a
get to. I was gonna.
yeah.
I was gonna get to that. It was that one Kawhi just being Kawhi, our number one player. Again, like we always say, if Kawhi was healthy, he's a top player in the league. Whether you want to say top 5, top 10, He's one of those, or even both. Well, both of them, your top five in the league because of what he does. But yes, like you said, a key player into this is Russell Westbrook, and it all starts with him making that decision to help the team out and going to the bench months ago. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, why would you do that? Why did this and that?" He made that transition, and it helps out. It's one less player who needs to have the ball on the starting lineup. That's what it is. It's one less player who needs to have the ball. You can let Harden take it up. You can let Kawhi take it up. You can let Paul George take it up. Let them go. Let Russ handle and continue the flow of the second team. That's essentially what it's doing. As hard as the starters are going and some of them need rest, Russ could keep come in and keep that going. The second strings come in. He's helping them move it up. Obviously, one starter always stays. So whether it's Kawhi or Paul George or James Harden that stays in with Russ, it keeps attacking, keeps adding more points. We don't lose our lead for the most part. The only time we've had for the most part for like a bad lead was against the Lakers. The first two wins you guys got. The reason why we got the third one is because we didn't lose that lead. We continue to keep it. We continue to scoring and pouring it on. So that's that. But it's everything else as well. Norman Powell coming. Some games he may start, but most of the time he comes off the bench. He's helping out. Our still main issue is again a backup center that's really effective in the scoring because we have Mason Plumlee, but some games he doesn't even score. Some games he does. We picked up. I forgot his name. Let's see.
Was it a big name or no? Just like one of those like guys that were just a non-signing
It
free
was on the.
agent that's
It
out.
was on the tip. No, it was on the tip of my tongue.
Okay.
Hold on. It was on. I'll look. Daniel Thesis from the who used to
Oh,
play for the
Daniel Tice.
Celtics. Tice. I always say Thesis. Tice. Who
Thesis.
used to play for the Celtics. Yeah, I always say Thesis. I don't know why, and I know it's like I know I'm saying it wrong, but
Oh, you're
Daniel
good.
Tice, who's helped out a lot. But again, Mason Plumlee's our number two, and some games he's not even scoring. Some games he's just rebounding and assisting. And yes, I understand it helps, but it's always good when our big man to score. So it gives us more options, whether they have the players have to defend, and everything goes on. So it's in my opinion, we still just need a nice center. But just one last thing on the Clippers before, because I know it's kind of going a lot. A player that has stepped up right now with the you want to say few minutes in general, but a lot more minutes that he's been getting, and not a lot of I want to say NBA fans even know him. If you're a Clipper fan, you like Clipper fans would most likely know him unless you don't. But sorry, Amari Coffey. Amari Coffey has been on the Clippers at least I believe since 2019. This is 2018, 2019. He's been on the Clippers. I've seen even at those times he was getting what 1 or 2 minutes of playing time. He was still doing well, but it wasn't enough to get him going. And literally the last few games, I think it was I want to give maybe since mid December, he's been getting more minutes. Right so far, he's getting almost at least at least 15 to 20 minutes. He got 27 against the Cavaliers in which they lost, but he's going from almost 2 to 3 minutes a game in the last few seasons to 15 to 20. He's getting so many more minutes now. He's scoring 13 points. He's helping out in any way he can, and he's being an effective player because I don't think any team would have planned to figure out what just to guard him. At least tell him play, hey, you're gonna be guarding Amari Coffey. This is what he does. Push him left, push him right, make him shoot the mid range or whatever this or that, and keep it going. That's the big one, John, that I would put in the category kind of like Russ, who's making a difference in a different way and being affected by it.
I would
And
say
when a lot of
Terrence
these
Mann
players
as
didn't.
well.
But he started off the season very, very tough. He didn't
But
play
he's
too
been
good in the
great
beginning of the
lately.
season. Yet lately, but he
Yeah.
he didn't really establish himself like he did last season. Last season he established himself, high expectation this season, hadn't worked out until now he found his way back getting into it, and he's helping out the team the best way he can. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of how
he's.
the Clippers are going. The, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying he's just being very active and being energetic again, being a spark plug for the Clippers, like on defense. You've seen how their defense has improved a little bit, at least. Like you saw what they did against the Celtics. That was like one of the biggest wins of the year for them, and they literally made the Celtics look like trash. And it was a dominating win, man. The Celtics looked lost against the Clippers. They kept turning it over. They were very engaged. Like they were sprinting after each pass was thrown to, like, say they wanted Hal Orford to shoot a three. Kawhi Leonard would run from the corner over to make sure he jumps off the line and shoots a terrible shot or throws the ball away to the Clippers. There'd be plays like that. Like Clippers are just designing really good plays with Ty Lue. I know you don't like Ty Lue that much because I remember you said something about him not being the bestest coach, but he's been doing all right lately. That's I think he's doing decent this year so far. I mean, obviously they started off terrible, but like you gotta give them credit lately. They've won like I think they went 23-5 or something like that in their last month. It's been something crazy like that because they started off it was really bad. I think it was like 4-12 or something like that.
Yeah, it started off about 4-12. They faced up. They're now 30-15 in
Mm-hmm.
their overall. But the thing about Terrence Mann is, yeah, he's found his way back, and it was much like in the beginning of the season. Ty Lue said that he was going to be the starting point guard, and we're like, why when you have Russ? It wasn't making sense. And now that Russ decides to back Terrence Mann, goes in the starting point guard, and that's the thing that helps is he's a player that doesn't need to have the ball in his hands. He's a player who doesn't need to score, but will if the situation comes to it, if the game is changing to where he needs to get buckets. But he's a player that's able to help out rebounding, assists, steals, like you're saying on the defensive end, or just cornering players, forcing turnovers from the other team. So that's what he really does, and that's what he's finding his way get back into. But yes, I don't like Ty Lue. I think the team is doing good with him under him, but they're not doing great. There's so much more that needs to be expected and needs to be done by Ty Lue and by the team itself. And it's still the lack of defense, especially protecting the rim when it comes to the big men, from comes from the power forwards to the small forwards. And it's not I'm not just talking about the stars, I'm talking about the bench and everything going on. We still need to secure that. You still need to make sure all of that's taken care of coming playoff time. If you want to win a championship, you need to be all rounded, well prepared.
The only problem
So
is Gio. There's
that's the
no
only
bigs
thing.
out there to get like that or stars. Like they're all taken. So there's no free agent bigs you can get. Like Daniel Tice
Well,
is
I'm not
probably the
saying get
best they could
stars.
do.
I'm not saying getting stars. I'm just saying having hard workers, ones who don't mind getting dirty, fighting for the ball, the ones who don't mind getting 2 points a game, but having 10, 15 rebounds and like 5 assists from players from him that you wouldn't expect really getting more than 2 assists. We had that. You had Robert Covington who was like that. And occasionally he'll maybe get you 6 points because he'll shoot a couple mid ranges or shoot a three or two, but he was fighting for those rebounds. So that was the only thing I didn't like Robert Covington being part of that trade, because he was a player that we could bring off the bench, fighting and recovering on defense.
Well, you got James Harden in return, so you got some points for some defense lost.
But watch, it's gonna hurt us in the playoffs. That's my whole point. It's gonna hurt us in the playoffs, because in the
Maybe.
playoffs there's gonna be times where our offense is gonna be bad. We're gonna be slumped. We're not gonna be making shots. We know Tyloo likes to force threes, shoot a lot of threes compared to my liking, and we're gonna be breaking them. We're gonna have a bad day, and they're gonna continue shooting them. We need someone to rebound on offense and defensively. You can't expect Zubac to do it all on his own when we're playing four around the arc. You can't expect Dice's and Plumlee to do it off the bench. It's not working. But
No.
yeah, that's just the Clippers. Don't want to go too deep on them. The Lakers, John, the issue on the Lakers, going back on what so far the teams you talked about. One, well, AD was hurt, so he didn't play. Been a little hurt. But two, I praised a lot of the young players before about how they played good, how Vanderbilt helped defensively, how Cam Reddish was helping because they were going on a run before and during the play-in. They were helping out a lot. Um, it's it was these players, these role players that are doing very good. Hachimura is playing very well. It was all these other players that are doing good, and now they're not. And that's the issue. Now you're going LeBron. Well, 80's out. So who's the next? Austin Reeves. Okay, Austin Reeves had I believe, a career high in points, so he's doing his part. But who's playing after? Who's balling out? D'Lo. Okay, you could say D'Lo's usually the third scorer, who should be probably the second when 80's out. But Austin Reeves is taking that. But other than that, who are you looking to?
They got
You're
no
starting
shooters,
Chris.
bro. They
You're
got
starting
none.
Christian Wood, and then you're not. Then you're starting, and you don't start Hachimura. Okay, that's fine. But then ideally you would think, or you are starting Hachimura, and then you go, all right, we're playing Vanderbilt at the small forward, but then we're not. We're moving up to power, and then we're not playing him. And then this, so it's very inconsistent. On our hands, very inconsistent. He When he sees the game going south, like it's been a lot of these games early on where you guys are down by 15 to 20 points, he doesn't call timeouts. He doesn't try to come up with big plays. He doesn't try to get the team going, fire, motivated, and try to change the momentum of the Lakers being down. He doesn't do that. It doesn't look like he does. Maybe he does. Obviously, we don't hear what goes on during timeouts and breaks and everything, but it doesn't seem like he does that. It seems like he just sticks to whatever's going on, or he doesn't make a change. And he's like, all right, let's just get LeBron and AR the ball, or let's let D'Lo take a couple shots to take it up and create a play. But he doesn't get everyone else involved. Now you know this, John. When the Lakers have one, you see other these players, these bench players, these role players who actually contributed a lot, points and even non-points. There's players that have no not scored, but they got rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, etc. While the other ones probably don't have that, but they got the points.
Yeah, it leads to more points for their stars if they get more rebounds because they get more opportunities, obviously.
Well,
So
not
like,
just stars, but to the other role players.
well, yeah, like not Austin Reeves, but like freaking Hachimura, who makes more threes. He's pretty consistent with that, but he's one of the only few guys that makes threes for the Lakers. Like they really don't have many guys that can make threes. Like just D'Lo, Hachimura, Austin Reeves, and then LeBron occasionally from 20%. He's like not very good. LeBron's probably one of the worst shooters on the team from three, and he takes the most almost.
But
Which,
he's an effective scorer,
yeah, if
and
he's good in
he
the mid
has some
range
clutch threes. And he has some clutch threes, some clutch threes.
occasionally,
Yeah, okay.
but he's got to drive it. But like you said, he's 40 years old almost now, so he can't really do that as
You,
much.
you,
So
you, they shouldn't be relying on LeBron as much as they do right now. They shouldn't be. Yes, you can because he's LeBron. He's 40. He's this and that. And yes, but you shouldn't be. That's a lot of the point of why I believe you guys are losing is because you're relying so much on him to do the work, to get the work done, to get everyone else open. But everyone else is kind of just standing like running. It's like, all right, I'm open. And then LeBron's looking for like, let's say it was coverage or just it was double coverage or playing whatever. And the players like they're just moving around like chickens without a head because LeBron's like looking, hey, like do this, do that, do something. It's like you shouldn't rely on him to always carry your team to win. Yeah, you have AD, and when AD's healthy, when AD's balling, he's a beast. He's a beast. But again, he's getting injured a lot and stuff like this. It's like, okay, now we have to go back to relying on LeBron. Now we have to go back. A change has to happen. Either you need another star. LeBron might leave, might not, depending on who drafts Bronny and all these other stuff. But you have to be prepared for another star. How this Lakers team is going to move forward the upcoming years. But
yeah,
yeah,
man. Think you pretty
that's just
much
talking
covered
about
the
the teams.
Lakers.
It
I
is
mean, I
going
don't
to
know what
be.
else to say about the Lakers, man. They just like I said, they're just going to disappoint me, and they'll be a playing team at best later on in the year. But yeah, I mean, you were talking though. We were discussing this before. We're gonna do the show today. You said the Clippers' new arena. There's like this thing called the Wall now. Like you said
Hmm.
that it's like 4,500 people that can sit there, and like they're all standing up, and only Clippers fans can sit there apparently. Like, what are your
Yeah,
thoughts on like the new arena?
I mean, I think the arena is it being it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be cool. I've drove by it to go to the SoFi Stadium and stuff like that, and it looks really cool from the outside. It looks nice. It kind of looks like an egg. I guess the shape you could guess it. Um, it looks nice. It looks cool. It seems like a cool idea. I understand what Steve Ballmer's trying to do, give that fan atmosphere, try to get it packed and rowdy and stuff. Part of me feels like he's doing a little too much and he doesn't really know when to stop. And it feels like he's trying to just add all these things and make it all big and everything. And it's like all this is for a basketball game. And it's like, look, sometimes simplicity, well, not simplicity, but the simple, normal things of basketball arena, it's what makes it great. Just going. Yes, you want to be different. You want to have your own thing. That's no problem. But don't make it all big and loud and saying, "Oh, we're all the best. We're this and that." And, just let it work. But speaking on what he did for the Clipper fans, it's on the side behind one of the hoops. It's being one. We want. I can't even talk. Behind one of the hoops, it's called the wall. Like I said, 45,000 people. It goes, you know, arena like it curves up right from all sides. On the
Yeah,
side behind the hoop, it goes really, really high. It goes really high. And looking at the pictures and what some people, it kind of seems like a problem. So the screen that's inside the arena, it's round. It's like the unlimited, you know, nonstop screen thing. It's kind of like what the SoFi Stadium has. It's so big though that if you're sitting on the top, whether it's on the wall or on another seat, it's kind of hard to see the full court because half of it's covered from the screen. It's kind of blocking you. It's kind of hard to see if they're going on the other hoop on the other side. You're not exactly seeing what's going on because it's halfway blocked, and that's just on the side of the wall. So if you're real deep, true, hardcore Clipper fans, whatever you want to say you are, if you're going and you go all the way to the top, it's gonna be really hard. And if you're paying season tickets and a very high price or whatever the price you're selling you to at, obviously all the way at the top is not gonna be as expensive as at the bottom, but it's still gonna be a little more money than a single day ticket. It's gonna be kind of hard to see, and it's gonna be hard, for my opinion, to kind of enjoy.
you
But
just have to watch the TV screen more than anything. Like you're just gonna be,
half
oh,
of the
let me
time,
just watch it. Yeah,
I feel like you might be. I mean, we won't really know until we're actually there and seeing it. But this is just from the pictures that they've taken, that people have taken being up there. But yeah, no, sticking to the spot of the wall, I think it's a cool idea that you have a section for your fans. Some places have it. I see it mainly in soccer. A lot of soccer has it. College football has it, but soccer always, at least like in Europe and even here in the US. Well, here in the US, it's one section behind one goal. And it's always the same section. You have all your hardcore team fans always standing up, cheering, playing songs the entire 90 minutes. And Europe is the same. You have that section, and then, well, actually, it's also here in the US because I know LAFC does it at the BMO Stadium, and Galaxy does it too when right behind right where they have the section behind. The rest of the stadium is for just general fans, and then there's a small section that's for the away fans. That's how it is in soccer. It's just you have your sections, and then the rest is just general. And all that college football, you see, they don't really divide it as much. But I remember at UCLA USC games at the Rose Bowl, on the side looking like if you're looking at the San Gabriel Mountains, most of it is like general, but for some reason on behind that field goal, like on looking at the San Gabriel Mountains, it's the UCLA like band and everything, and then right next to in the corner, it's the USC one. So it's just a small section corner, and that's how it was at the Rose Bowl. And I'm pretty sure I haven't been to Coliseum during those games, but I'm pretty sure they do the same thing, in reverse and everything. So you don't see a lot in basketball, so this is different. But just reading some of the rules and what it is, so like it's a giant section. It's huge. It's actually huge. Like just looking at it,
Yeah.
it's pretty huge. But this is the rules. It's called a wall code. These are the rules to having it. No opposing team fan could be in there. So no Laker fan, no Bucks fan, no Pelican fan, no
What if
Orlando
you're a
man.
Clippers
No
fan,
one.
but you're not wearing Clippers gear?
You had to. They said you got to be wearing some kind of Clipper gear. You
Okay.
had to. That was part of another rule. But no Clipper fan. This is the first one. No Clipper fan could be there. I mean, sorry, no Clipper. No non-Clipper fan could be on the wall. It has to primarily only be Clipper fans.
But you get what I'm saying, right? Like if you don't have a Clipper shirt on, or you're just wearing regular gear, like nothing, no fans,
You
like
you
just wearing
don't
a
you don't
normal
have to have a
T-shirt.
jersey on. Yeah, you could wear a blue T-shirt that says
That's what
Clippers.
I'm saying.
You could yeah, you could wear that. You don't have. It doesn't have to be a jersey. Just
Okay.
and they're taking this so serious that if you don't wear something that supports the team, you lose access to your seats. Like if it's multiple times, they might just take away your seats for the rest of the season. Yeah. And the thing is, and just in that rule, let's say you bring a guest. Let's say you have two season tickets, but it's like mainly just you, and then you always bring someone who comes with you. That person also has to wear a Clipper shirt. Has to wear a Clipper shirt.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
So and another thing is they don't want any Clipper fans who buy season tickets for the wall. You're not allowed to sell tickets to non-Clipper fans for that section. So let's say I'm a season holder and I'm like, damn, I'm not going to the game tomorrow. Hey, John, you and David want to go? And if you
Can't
guys
go.
aren't Clipper fans, because they're gonna ask this that says like you can't go. I can't sell them to you.
No.
Can't. And it says, and this is the rules. It says for the ticket resales, in order to maintain this section exclusively for Clipper fans, only Chuck Mark certified fans, Chuck the Condor, the Clipper mascot, um, Chuck Mark certified fans can buy tickets to the wall. More importantly, tickets resales can only take place in our Ticketmaster marketplace for Chuck Mark certified fans. That means if I was to give it to you guys had to already be approved as Clipper fans on an app. That's the only way that I could would have been able to sell you guys tickets. Real ticket transfers. You can transfer your tickets to any other fan. They will not need a check mark certified to receive tickets. However, as the original ticket holder, you will need to ensure that your guests stand by the rules. So, if if I want to transfer them, so not selling it. So the other way was selling a resale. Reselling it back to you. This one's transferring it. It means I'm just giving them away to you instead of selling it. Again, you need to abide by the rules. You have to wear a Clipper shirt. You have to wear something that says "Let's go Clippers." You can't be cheering for the Lakers. Like even if you're wearing a Clipper shirt and then like the Lakers make a bucket, you can't go, "Yeah, let's go Lakers." Like can't do it.
Yeah.
It says if the rules are broken, your access to the wall and your trademark certification will be revoked. If you're a season member, you'll be relocated outside the wall.
So they'll give you a different seat in the arena. Is that it? Like, or do
Hmm.
they kick you out of the
Yeah,
arena completely?
yeah.
They
No, no,
don't
no.
kick you out.
They don't kick you if you're a season member. They don't kick you out. They just move you to another spot of the arena.
Okay.
Single game ticket purchases, you have to get it from the Chuck Mark and places like that. From what I heard, you also if you're a fan, you have to be standing up for pretty much majority of the time. You have to be cheering them on like the whole time. They want it to get loud. They want all of this, and that. It's a cool idea. Seems fun. Apparently he added like phone chargers to the seats there, so like
Oh,
your phone
cool.
could be charging. He added all this other stuff, whatever it is. He makes it sound really cool, but it's also kind of like he's having to buy your support in a way. That's
Yeah.
how I feel. And look, to be honest, I could be wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up buying some actors to be sitting in those seats at the beginning because he has to make it look like it's full. He has to make it look like there's like all those fans are going every single game because he spent so much money on that arena. Like, you know how bad it would look if it's empty. Like just honestly, it's
It would look
so I
terrible.
exactly. So I'm not surprised if some of them kind of like the Charger lady, who was God cheering and everyone thought she was the actress and all this stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of those on the wall because he's gonna want it to look full. That's the truth. He's gonna want it to look full. But we get it over. Just as we're finishing up this section, one thing I did see a couple days ago and stuff like that. They're adding a smoking section into the arena. I believe they said it was going to be at the very top of the arena,
That's
the very
stupid.
top, so I guess it doesn't disturb everyone else. Yeah, it's gonna be
That's
at the
still
very
no.
top, and so it's a section where you could just be smoking, vapes, cigarettes, I guess tobacco, or weed. You could be smoking whatever you want out there. Um, yeah, I thought that was interesting. They're bringing that back. It might be a good move, might not be. You're gonna get a lot of people going, smoking, but it's gonna be a lot of people not liking it. It might bring a
Yeah,
bad
it's gonna be
look
like
to it. So
Vegas. It
it
was this a
might be.
Vegas
So
casino?
oh, dude, I hope it's not treated like that. I really don't. It's kind of disrespectful, and it's a basketball arena, bro. Like,
Yeah, everyone's
keep
gonna
it, keep
smell it
it.
because it's enclosed, so it'll just go
Yeah,
around the smell and it'll be really bad. You
yeah.
need to have it in
So
an enclosed room. If it's in a
unless
room,
they
that's
just,
fine.
unless, yeah, unless it's a room, or I think it's like they're saying like in your seats, but all the way at the top. So, what I'm
That's
assuming is they're
stupid.
having air vents, just air vents to let it go out. That's the only thing I could assume.
They'd have to have it in a room or
If
something.
that's
There's no
the
way
case.
they're gonna let that happen. People will complain and they'll lose people
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, but that's just
for sure.
how we'll see how it goes. I think it could either go one or two ways. It's either really good and they find a way to filter it out, so it's okay, or it could go very terrible.
Yeah.
You know? But one thing, John, I do want to bring up, and I saw this the other day, and I was like, I thought he said it. I thought I saw it like on Twitter and something. And I was like, what? And then yesterday I saw it again. Something interesting. Maybe, give your opinion on this. Jason Kidd, the coach of the Dallas Mavericks,
Hmm.
said that Luka Doncic right now is better than Dirk Nowitzki, and he's pretty much at the talking level of Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe.
I mean, he definitely has the scoring mentality of those guys, but the defense, no, not even close compared to what Kobe did. Kobe was a way better defender in his prime. Jordan was one of the better ones. LeBron is a great defender. It's not in the same class, but offensively, yeah. I mean, I could see the argument where because he put up 73 points the other night. That's insane. And Kobe, remember, he put 81 up against the Raptors in like '06. Like they all have their great nights, but Luca, when he's hot, nobody can get any hotter than him. He's like Steph, but I think honestly, him and Steph are probably the two best shooters when they're hot in the NBA. Like there's no discussion about that. It is what you see. Like freaking Luca is just dominant, man, on the offensive end. But yeah, his defense isn't the best though. So like that's my take for that.
So on my side, I agree to it, and that is, I could be crazy or wrong about it, but I agree is that obviously Luca's not at the level of Jordan, LeBron, or Kobe yet. He's not. He's not them. They're way above. Saying Luca's at their level, to what I assume it's like you could talk about them and like we're saying scoring wise. If
Yeah.
you're saying like scoring wise, not even just scoring wise, offensively, just offensively wise, you could put him out there in conversations with Jordan offense, Kobe's offense, LeBron's offense. Yes, I agree. You could put Luca on it, and I agree with you. Can't do that on defense. Luca plays no defense. If he played defense, dude, he'd be getting MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
He would be getting MVPs. That's how it is. I think that's also part of why Jokic wins. Obviously, we only pay attention to Jokic's. offense, but his defense, he does play well defense when he's able to run up and down the court as much, get these blocks, get these steals. Of course, he does the turnovers, and much like Luca also does turn over the ball quite a few times. But that's part of being the type of player that you are, playing like how he does. Is you are going to turn the ball over more than 2 times a game. You're going to turn it over maybe 5 times sometimes. I was looking at stats. He turned it over 7 times at one point in one game. But that's the playing style. And now he's saying he's better than Dirk Nowitzki. That's a big
I
thing
could
because
see it.
Derek bought a championship. He brought not he didn't buy it. He brought a championship to Dallas, their only championship, and he did it with himself and Jason Kidd as his point guard and all this other stuff. But there wasn't too many stars on the team. That's why it was regarded as one of the hardest championships to win because it was Dirk doing it. Sorry. So saying Luca's up this, it's high praise, and I kind of agree with it because Luca's just a crazy scorer. Scoring wise, he's crazy. He could shoot three. Honestly, he could shoot from the logo if he really wanted to take that chance. He could shoot from that. He could shoot from the mid range perfectly. He could shoot the free throws and everything. Shooting beautiful. Like you said, we saw him score 73 points. He scored 40 throughout the season. He's averaging about 30. He's averaging he's
He's
averaging
averaging over 30.
34.7 points a game. Yeah, he's averaging 34 points a game, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. It's almost 10. It's 9.6 assists, 8.6 rebounds. He's out of 48.9% field goal range, which is really good. That's just looking at the at that his scoring. On his assist, his vision, his playmaking, his ability to see where players are on the court, the passes he makes. We've seen some crazy passes every single season from him because of how he was able to develop in Madrid, playing in Spain from as a 14-year-old kid and balling out and being literally like the best player on that team or even in that league. The vision that is given to him is so crazy. Like I think he's at the vision level of LeBron, or could he can't even surpass LeBron when it comes to the vision, the passing that he has. Of course, he has better than Jordan and Kobe when it comes to that. It's just crazy. It's just you're watching the game, and you're like, oh shit, like Luca, dude. Like, how'd you make that pass? How'd you know? And you see some of them, like, you look back at his highlights, and even now, years he's done before, you see him going up for the mid range, he's going to shoot, and then he passes it back. Or, like, he's going somewhere and he does it like this. He's just having fun. And it's phenomenal. It's like looking at it, it's like, dude, like, that's crazy. You don't see too many players do this. You'll see Curry in the beginning. Curry was doing that no look pass and stuff. Like, it's cool. Like that, that was on the fast breaks and runs, but Luca's like taking it in and like after defense and everyone is set, and he's doing all these other things, and then he's also rebounding. He's also helping on the defensive, and that's the way he helps on defensive, rebounding, and offensively giving putbacks and opening shots. He gets teammates open, and that what's also leads to assists because he has to suck into defenders. He has a player open, a teammate open, uh, gets the ball out to him, gets the ball out here. He moves players. It's crazy, and I didn't know. I don't think, at least from what I can remember, seeing Dirk being able to pass the ball like that. I think that's the thing. He always had two players coming onto him that always left the player open, but like the passing ability of it, I don't think. I think that take is very good, well, very well. Just looking at the stats of the regular season per each game, Luca he averages about 2 steals a game. The max he's gotten is 3, so he still helps a little bit on the defensive end. Rebounds, the max he's gotten is 18. So again, dude, getting all these rebounds, not lost. The max assist he's gotten was also 18, and that was on in December. And it was a loss, and even in that, he had 15 rebounds, 18 assists, and 36 points with 2 blocks and 2 steals. Matt, he did all of this and they still lost by 6 points to OKC during this. Luca, his scoring is phenomenal. Like we said, 73 points. He's scoring 45. He's got 28. He got 30s, 41. He got 50. He even has a 50-point game. The lowest he scored this season, just this season alone, is 16 points.
Damn.
Like,
That's pretty
dude, it's
good. I
just,
mean,
it's
that's
crazy. It's
bad
crazy.
night is not a bad night. Like 16 points is like a good night for like a person off the bench. Like
And look, ever since being in the league in 20, start from the 2018-2019 season, he's averaged, right, from that season, he's averaged, the lowest points he's averaged is 21 points. That's the lowest. He keeps on going up every single year. Literally every single year, he's going up in scoring. Every single year. Actually, no, he had one downfall from from 2019 to 2020 season. So that was his second year. He sorry, yeah, from the 2019 to 2020 season to the 2020 to 2021 season. So that year transitioning, he went down 1 point in his overall average from 28.8 to 27.7. But we're looking, that was the only drop. We're looking, he's averaging at least 7 rebounds. And every single year, he's gotten at least 7 rebounds average. Assists, the lowest was 6, and that was his rookie year. Other than that, he's gone up every single year. Blocks, he's gone up every single year. Steals, he's stayed at consistently at an average of 1. Dude, Luka's a beast.
no, there's
And
no way else.
it baffles me that some people, some even commentators or just talks like they don't like Luka. Like they just hate it on Luka, but he's a beast. He what is he gonna do with the rest of the team losing and he's putting up these numbers?
He's got Kyrie to help
You
him
know,
too, and they're still not the best team in the West.
but that's not Kyrie and Luka's fault.
No, it's the role players. It's
It's
like
the
the
role
Lakers. It's
players.
like having LeBron AD. It's like the same
Mm-hmm.
scenario. Like you
Same
have two great
scenario.
players,
Yeah.
but you don't have any supporting content to help.
And if they didn't get Kyrie, then it would have been another almost another Dirk Nowitzki situation where they were gonna hope that he takes them to win the championship.
But they had decent role players. Like they weren't stars, but like they were doing their jobs. Like they were making sure they played defense. They had pretty good defenders on that team. I remember they had Sean Marion for one of them. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
a good
Yeah,
defender.
Shawn Marion. Shawn
They
Marion.
they had JJ
Very
Barea, who
good
was a
small
great
forward unit.
backup point guard, and they had like some good pieces there. I remember it was what's his name? Was it not Shane Battier? It was the ball guy Richard Jefferson. I think he was on the team, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was on
No,
the
it's
Mavs.
Jason Kidd.
No, not
Yeah, I
only
think
him though. There was other guys like forwards, but yeah, like they had like loaded talent around him. Yeah, they had Tyson Chandler too. I forgot about that. He was their big when they won it all, and he was really good for a few years. I mean, when he was with the
Richard
Hornets,
Jefferson. He played for the Mavericks from 2014 to 2015.
so it was right after. Okay, I thought he was on the
Right
team,
after.
but okay, yeah. I just remember he was on the team at some point. But yeah, your point is, I mean, obviously, like the Mavs are just a decent team with two awesome players, and they really can't do much if they don't have better supporting cast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I like
do you have any other
Luca. I hope.
thoughts?
But my last one is that. So I like Luca. I really hope he leaves the Mavs. I feel like he's gonna stay loyal and stay with them his whole career. I hope he wins a championship. I really want him to win a championship. And the only way I see it doing it, at least right now in this situation, he leaves the Mavs and goes to another team to do it.
He's gonna go to the Lakers.
That's the only way. Huh?
He's gonna replace LeBron and go to the Lakers, play with
No,
AD.
no, no. I would like him on the Clippers, but I know he doesn't like the Clippers anymore after
Clippers have too much
the
players already. They don't want them.
COVID time. Obviously, we would trade the players. We would trade
Well, you would trade
James Harden.
freaking James Harden, Russell Westbrook if you can. Well, probably not
Hell
Russell
yeah, for
Westbrook.
Luca, shit. Shit. No, I'll trade Russ in there. I'll put Russ in there to get Luca. No question. Mm-mm.
It's who's gonna
We're
take
doing
that
that trade.
package.
We're doing that trade. We're doing that trade. Yeah, we're doing that trade. And we don't have any picks for the next, what, to 2027, 2028.
It's gonna be a
Let's
while.
push it to 2020. Let's push it to 2030. We're throwing picks in there for them too.
They're screwed if it didn't work out. They got to win it this year.
I don't think they are.
No, they won't, but they'll be
The
good.
Nuggets are better. Yeah, but the Nuggets are still better. But like I'm saying, Luca, if he wants to win a ring, he has to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
He has to go.
maybe
It
Knicks.
could be no, no, Knicks, no, no. It's either he goes. He's not going to Denver, but that would be like the most solidified answer. It'd be
Miami,
Denver, Miami.
maybe.
Right now they're in the East. Celtics. I mean, it would be a problem, but Celtics would be the team that's contenders in there. Cleveland, but that's too many. That's too many players. Maybe
Yeah,
Indiana, but Indiana would just be fighting in the playoffs. That's it. They're just contenders.
there's really
It,
not a
it,
guaranteed team that he could go to right now. To be honest, it's like not a clear path for him. He's
the Nuggets.
honestly,
The Nuggets would be the only one.
yeah,
You
but they
move
don't need
players.
him.
They don't, but I'm just saying that would be you move Jamal Murray to the shooting guard, and then you take he does play shooting guard right now because they have Katerius Kama Pope as the point guard. You put Luca in there. You have Luca Murray, Michael Porter Jr. as small forward, Aaron Gordon at power, and then Luca Jokic at center.
They'd have to trade a
Dude,
lot.
you better hope in free agency. They have the team to wait till free agency to get it.
If they sign him in free agency, the season's over. I'm not even watching next year. There's no way.
I'm watching just to see how they play, just to see
It'll
how
be the
they just.
Heat, but better than the Heat. It's like the Heat 2.0, but better than
Oh,
LeBron's
way
Heat.
better.
Yeah,
The only thing is
LeBron.
keeping it a challenge because of LeBron and D Wade. That's the only thing keeping it a challenge.
Yeah, I mean Bosch was okay.
Yeah, but but yeah. Anything else, John? Uh, that's my no.
Nope.
All right, guys. Well, this is Sideline Thoughts. This is more of a This was a basketball episode. We're gonna get more content out. So thanks again for watching. I'm Gio Galvez, John Greenstein. See you guys next time.
See you later.